Hi guys, welcome back to my channel dedicated to board war games. We're going to see the last episode dedicated to the system Combat Commander Europe by GMT. In this last episode I'm going to describe better the cards that are the real heart of the system. I'm going to explain the several sections that we find on the cards, and at the same time some interactions that we can have when we are playing the Common Commander cards. I hope that you will enjoy the video, and waiting for you about the coming soon videos dedicated to board war games. Enjoy the video and bye. Well, welcome back, dear players, to the last episode dedicated to Common Commander. And, I want to describe in this last episode the way the players had to play the scenario number 1, Fat Lipke. First of all, let's focus on the cards. Well, you have in this scenario 5 cards each player. Why? Because the scenario is or has a recon posture. That what does it mean? Well, when we have a recon scenario, each player is given 5 cards. Well, let's start with the Soviet player. Well, I'm going to show you the 5 cards. Well, if you notice, we have all the cards are divided, each card is divided into 3 areas. We have the order area, action area, and the event part. Please remember that this card represents an exception. Why? Because this card has a sort of double use. Order can be used as order, but at the same time can be used also as action, fire. Well, you have 2 precious order, action, fire cards. Then another card called Confusion. Well, what can we say about this card? Well, completely useless if you want to play it as order, but can be a little more useful when you want to use this card together with another 5 card. In fact, by considering the action, this card had +2 when firing at an adjacent hex. And it's also a time card. Well, actually, when you're playing the time card, well, this card moves the time marker 1 space forward. Then you have another precious card by considering the scenario, a move card, and this allows the Soviet player to move immediately to get the objectives. I want to remind the players that the secret objective concerning the Soviet player is, all the objectives have a value of 2 points. So we have 5 objectives, and these objectives can give the Soviet player 10 points. So please don't forget also the open objective, so an objective that is known by all the players. Well, in this objective, the objective 3 has a value of 1 point. And I want to have a look also at the German objective. Well, we have that we find that the location number 5 has a value of 2 points. By considering this situation, this axis, this location at the center of the map, gives 2 points to the player that controls it. And then we have also this other location number 3 that should be controlled quite easily by the German player. Obviously, the German player doesn't know anything about the Soviets' secret objective. Well, guys, let's be back to the cards. I'm going to play a move card. Well, and I want to start by activating my Sergeant Kovalev, that is located in A2 and the other surrounding hexes. So, well, I move my camera. I'm placing the card. So, as I told you previously, when you are giving an order move, well, generally it's better to give this order, well, to the leader. And in our case, I want to remind you that Kovalev has a range of 2 axes. So by activating Kovalev by using this card, you can activate all the units that are within 2 axes from Kovalev. So 1, I can activate 2, I can activate also this rifle squad, also the squad in A3, and obviously the squad itself that is located in A1. So the Soviet player has just given 1 order move, and I'm proceeding with the movement phase. Well, as I told you previously, the Soviet player in this first phase is going to use a move order, and I'm going to activate the Sergeant Kovalev in A2. Since Sergeant Kovalev has a range of 2 hexes, well, all the units within these 2 hexes can be activated. So we can activate Kovalev and the unit together with him, the squad in A2, the other squad A3, and the same is true about B2 and B1. So these are the units that I can activate by using the move order. So you can understand immediately, well, the importance of having a leader with a big range. So I appreciate a lot the fact that it's important, the importance of having a good leader in the mission, in the scenario. So let's move our units. At first, I want to remind the players that as happens in all the tactical games, this system has a reaction fire, and if the German player wants to react, well, he should play a fire order, such way he can shoot against the Soviet units. Well, I want to show you again where we have the German player. Well, is located here, and also please don't forget that we have another squad here in M10, and we have the other platoon, the other Soviet platoon here, in the hexes O1, N1 and O2. Well, let's be back to our area. Well, sorry guys. Well, you have A3. Well, I can move this squad of 4 hexes. So 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm stopping this unit in C4. Well, I want to show you that at the moment the German player could react only by using his light machine gun, but unfortunately, there is defense in D5 that doesn't allow the German player to fire. So let's continue with our movement. Well, again, we have the rifle squad in B2. Well, B2, I want to show you another kind of movement. Since this unit is on a road hex, can move, has a movement allowance of 5 points instead of 4 ones. So 1, 2, 3, well, and 5. So, well, I stop the rifle squad here in F3. At the moment, the German player is not reacting. Let's continue. Well, and we have, well, I want to move this other rifle squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's only an example. Well, I don't want to move tactically, is not a good move, but I want to show you that by considering the loss, I want to check if we have a loss between F4 and the axis H9. I want to decrease the zoom. So, well, if you notice, well, we have there is a clear line of sight from H9 up to F4, but well, let me see. Well, unfortunately, by considering, well, I have to check this loss by binding the center of the axis with the other center, and unfortunately I have no loss since, well, there is this axis H8 that blocks the loss. So F4 and well, my unit, my Soviet unit is safe. Well, let's continue with the other movement. Well, I'm removing this one. Well, we have a light machine gun together with another rifle squad. Well, I want to move it 2, 3. Well, I'm moving it in D3 together with the light machine gun. And to finish, well, another rule that I want to underline. Well, this rifle squad has 4 movement points. But this squad is carrying a medium machine gun, and this -2, well, means that the squad has its movement allowance reduced of 2 points, so this squad could move only of 2 movement points. But at the same time, we have Kovalev that gives, by using his factor 2, well, that gives 2 points, 2 more movement points. So this group can move together, well, of 4 axes. And if during the movement this group is entering a road X, well, this group can move of 5 axes. Well, but this is not my intention. I want to move along the edge of the map such a way to have a good axe from which I can shoot the German players. So I'm moving here. So 2, 3, 4 together with the leader. Well, so guys, I didn't execute an opportunity fire. I'm going to execute it in the following phases. At the moment, you could have learned the way that you have to move when you are using a movement order. And now, guys, since in the Soviet player's hand there is another move order, well, I'm going to activate also the unit that we have on the other side of the map. So I'm speaking about the unit in N1, O1 and also O2. So how can I activate these units? Well, obviously I'm using another move order, so I have already given two orders. Please remember that in this scenario the the Soviet player can give 3 orders. So I'm moving them. Please don't forget that well, we have a unit here in M10 that could react. So let's check this movement. Well, so 4 hexes as usual. Please remember that I want to occupy, I want to seize the axis N5 that you find just beyond the orchard area. So I'm starting by moving this rifle squad. Well, 4 hexes, but I'm moving along the road, so I can move of 5 hexes. So 1, 2, 3, and 2 hexes to enter the location in N5. So, well, the Soviet has seized another location beyond the location that we have here in D3. Well, let's move quickly the other units. Well, these other units, well, please note that we have a medium machine gun. I'm flipping them such a way you can see them better. So we have our Caporal Krylov, 1 factor that can be applied also to the rifle squad. Well, we have a medium machine gun, and as I told you previously, we have a -2 concerning the movement. So 1, 2, 3, I don't remember the archer, move 1. So I'm moving my unit of 3 hexes. I want to keep them together in N4. And well, I'm going to do the same also about this other squad. 4 hexes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have removed them from the road where they can be easily fired. Well, this was the second order, the second movement order. Well, I don't want to give other orders as regards the Soviet player, and then now I'm going to activate the German units. Well, now it's the German player is up. And I'm going to show you at first the 5 German cards. Well, I'll show you. Well, we don't have a good hand. Artillery request. Well, at the moment we don't have any artillery in this scenario. Recover. Well, a card that is quite useful when we want to recover the broken units. Move, and this order, I'm going to use this order to activate a part of my platoon. Artillery request, another at the moment useless card, and a very useful order, action fire. Well, guys, when we have these W's, I want to remind you that when we find action fire, we can use this card to execute opportunity fire. Well, so let's focus on the move card. I'm going to place apart the other 4 cards, and let's activate my units. Well, I have here in H9 a rifle squad with my Lieutenant von Karstis and a light machine gun. Well, by using move, well, I want to seize, to occupy, well, the following hexes: F6, H8, and E8. Well, unfortunately, I have only a move order in my hand, so I cannot activate Corporal Winkler with the rifle squad in M10. So let's focus on the movement of my free or the German rifle squads and the lieutenant. Well, let's start with this unit in F9. Well, I want to occupy E8. Well, I'm going to try to illustrate, well, the opportunity fire that can be executed by the Soviet player. So I want to check, I don't remember. Well, the Soviet player, in fact, has order fire action, and in fact, I'm going to use them to activate a possible reaction fire. So I'm going to move here. Well, at the moment, well, if you notice, well, I don't have any problem by considering a possible line of sight. Well, if you notice, we have between F4 and E9, we have the building in F6. Well, the same is true about the light machine gun coming from D3. And well, again, also about the fire, the possible fire coming from C4. Well, these units at the moment, well, they don't have any line of sight. So let's continue my German movement. And finally, well, when I'm passing over the fence, I have to spend one more movement points. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and finally, well, my rifle squad has entered the building in E8. Well, but let me see if we have lost. Well, at the moment, from C4, well, C4 can see E8, but unfortunately, the range of fire is only 3 hexes. So, well, this unit cannot fire. Well, what about the light machine gun? Well, we have the fence in D5 and D5, so it's impossible to shoot from D3. What about F4? Well, we have the fence in F5. And, well, the same is true about the mini machine gun. Well, we have 2 wood axes here in D2 and D3. So, well, my rifle squad reaches successfully the location E8. Let's continue with another activation. Well, now I want to activate this rifle squad. Oh, sorry, guys, I have forgotten. Obviously, I'm using my order and my move order. Well, I'm using to activate the Lieutenant von Karstis. Well, 2 axes of range, so I can activate all the units that are within 2 axes. So let's activate the unit in G9, and I want to reach F6. Well, so 1, well, and let me see if this unit, well, at the moment, well, there is a line of sight, but the German rifle squad is out of range. I continue my movement. Well, because of the fence and because of the building, well, there isn't any line of sight. And finally, well, got it. Well, my German rifle squad gets F6. But, well, just when the rifle squad enters F6, well, we have the rifle squad, the Russian. Sorry, guys, I keep using Russian, but I should use the word Soviet. The Soviet squad can fire. Well, this is not true about the unit in C4. And, well, we have also the fence that blocks the line of sight coming from D3. So at the moment, the only unit that can fire is the unit in F4. Well, how can we execute the opportunity fire? Well, obviously, the Soviet player has to place or has to play the order fire, and is going to play this card to activate only this Soviet squad. Well, there is a mistake. Please notice that, well, I have the leader a little far from the other units. well, I always recommend to keep the leader close to his units. So at the moment we can consider this movement a sort of a tactical mistake. Anyway, let's fire by using this rifle squad. Well, my strength with the Soviet squad is 5. Well, against f6, well, there is the cover anyway, no hindrance. Well, let's check the result. Well, 7. Please remember that we don't have dice in this game. We check the score by using a card. 7 plus 5, well, equals 12. Well, and now what do I have to do with the defender German squad? Well, this German squad has a morale of 7. 7 plus the cover coming from the building, that is 3 points. So at the moment, well, the starting morale about this rifle squad is 10. Well, I'm going to use a card. 10 plus 8, 6 plus 2, equals 18. So, well, the rifle squad successfully passes the morale. Well, at the moment, I want to remind you that this Soviet rifle squad is activated for the whole movement, German movement phase. So please remember this detail. Well, last but not least, let's activate also this group that we have in H9. Well, the rifle squad and Karstis. Well, this rifle squad can move at the moment not only by using the 4 printed movement points, but we can add also 2 points coming from the leader. So we have 6 possible movement points. Well, I want to place this group of units in I7 such a way to control, well, the road coming from A2. Well, let's try to reach I7. Well, 2, 3, well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, by considering this move, well, I can fire by using the light machine gun that we have in the XD3, but unfortunately, well, at the moment, well, I don't have other fire cards in the Soviets' hands, so I can't fire, and well, Karstis and the rifle squad, well, reach without problem the hex I7. Well, it would be a great idea also moving the unit here in M10, but unfortunately I don't have any other move order. Well, guys, and I think that it's enough for an initial explanation of the common commander system. Obviously, my explanation is not exhaustive. We have to analyze other peculiarities, other details concerning the system. But actually, as I told you in the first episode of this series, well, it's important that you learn, that you understand the cards, and you find each single information on the cards, and please help yourself by using the very good done tables that you find attached with the game. So guys, I hope to have you in my following videos, and I can anticipate that there will be two videos about a new game by Compass Game entitled Lion of Judah, that deals with the African sector, and you find Ethiopian units on one side and Italian units on the other one. So guys, have a nice day. Hope to you watching my videos soon. Bye.